The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Hi children, how are you? Hope you are healthy and happy. After a long gap, we are meeting again through this virtual class. During your examination, when I was conducting the exam, I found that each of you were very confident in answering the question. Really children, I am very happy as I understood that most of you have done very nicely in the examination. Don't worry, always take the things in positive sense. We are here to support you, to help you, and we together will be working so that you will be getting good result in your board examination. Okay dear children, so we can move on to the next session. Before conducting or before moving on to the session, I want to recap the previous class. So in the previous class, we understood about parts of a flower. Each flower has 4 whorls, calyx, it is also known as sepals, and if sepals are free, it is known as polysepalous, and if sepals are fused, it is known as gamosepalous. Number 2, corolla. Here corolla are also known as petals, and if petals are free, they are called polypetalous. If they are fused, they are called gamopetalous. Then moving on to the new term aestivation. It is the mode of arrangement of sepals or petals in a flower bud. Isn't it? I think you would have understood it, my dear children, and this is the main types of aestivation we can see in the plant. Number 1 is valvate, number 2 is twisted, number 3 is imbricate, and number 4 is vexillary. It is very, very important, and based on these aestivations, we understood what is valvate aestivation, what is twisted, what is imbricate, and what is vexillary. It is again important, my dear children. And the third word in the flower is androecium, and androecium, it is composed of stamens, and each stamen it is having a stalk called filament, and anther is present there, which is bilobed, and each lobe is having 2 chambers, and in that chamber pollen grains are present there, isn't it? Next, based on the androecium, adhesion of stamen we understood. And what is adhesion of stamen? It is a fusion of the members of the dissimilar whorls, and adhesion of stamens, it may be epiphyllous, epipetalous and gynandrous. These are the new term which you have to study. It is again important, my dear children. Next one is related to the cohesion of stamens. And what is cohesion of stamens, or what is cohesion? It is a fusion of members of the similar whorls, and cohesion of stamens may be adelphous, and in adelphous we have studied monoadelphous, diadelphous and polyadelphous. Based on the 3 types of cohesion of stamen, we have seen the figures also, which is again very, very important, my dear children. The 4th whorl in the flower is gynoecium, and it is composed of carpels, and each carpel has an ovary, style and stigma. Ovary, it encloses ovule, and ovule is attached to a flattened cushion, and that is called placenta. Already we seen the structure of carpel. I think you would have understood about this part also very clearly. And it has been said that based on number of carpels, we can classify gynoecium into different types. It is monocarpellary, bicarpellary, tricarpellary, tetracarpellary, and again pentacarpellary as well as multicarpellary. So, based on the different types of gynoecium, we have seen the figures also. I think you would have understood this part also very clearly. Next, it has been said that based on whether the carpel is free or united, gynoecium is again classified into two types, apocarpus and syncarpus, and we have seen the figure related to apocarpus as well as syncarpus. That is also important. Next part is related to placentation. What is placentation? That also we understood, and there are different types of placentation. Number one is marginal. Here ovary is one chambered, isn't it, and the ovules are borne on the ridge forming two rows. This is the figure of marginal placentation. It's important. Next one is axile. Again we have seen the axile placentation. It is found in multicarpellary, syncarpus, multilocular ovary. An example is China rose. Third one is parietal placentation. It is seen in multicarpellary and syncarpus ovary. Here ovary is unilocular and it is one chambered, that is called one unilocular, and sometimes it will be seen as two chambered due to the formation of false septum. So, that is related to parietal placentation. You would have understood that part also, and related to these placentation we have seen the figures also, marginal, axial, parietal, free central as well as basal. These figures are very important, my dear children, you have to study it. The fourth one is free central placentation. Here ovary is unilocular, isn't it, and you can see example is primrose. Number 5 is basal placentation. Again ovary is unilocular and the placenta will be developed at the base of the ovary. Example is sunflower. This placentation is very important, my dear children, you have to study it. Next one is fruit, which we already understood what it is. It is a ripened ovary, and in the structure of fruit we have seen that it is having a swollen modified ovary wall known as pericarp, and the pericarp it consists of epicarp, which is also known as exocarp, which is an outer layer, mesocarp, which is a middle tissue, and endocarp, it is the innermost part. So, based on that thing we have seen there is simple fleshy fruit which is known as drupe, isn't it, and it is being said that example plum, peach, coconut, cherry, all these are the drupe, simple fleshy fruits. Next we have understood about parthenocarpic fruits. A fruit formed without fertilization is called parthenocarpic fruit, and related to drupe again we understood that mango as well as coconut is an example of drupe, where epicarp, mesocarp as well as endocarp is present there. So, that is related to parthenocarpic fruit, which is again very important, my dear children. So, that is all about the previous session. Today we are going to learn and understand about the next topic, that is seed. What is a seed? It is a mature ovule containing embryo. It is an ovule which is mature and it consists of embryo, and seeds are of two types, endospermic or albuminous seed, non-endospermic or non-albuminous seed. Endospermic seeds are those in which all the endosperm is not absorbed. If all the endosperm is not absorbed by the developing embryo, the seed is an endospermic seed. In this case it has been said that if the developing embryo is not absorbing all the endosperm, we can say such seeds as endospermic or albuminous seeds. Example, maize, wheat, barley, castor, sunflower. In these plants we can say the endosperm is not completely absorbed by the embryo. Second one is non-endospermic or non-albuminous seed. If all the endosperm is absorbed by the developing embryo, the seed is a non-endospermic seed. That means in that no endosperm is remain. It is not, no endosperm is seen in the seed. So, we can say that embryo has absorbed all the endosperm. Such seeds are called non-endospermic or albuminous, non-albuminous seed. Example, broad bean, pea, groundnut. In these kind of plants, the seed is known as non-endospermic or non-albuminous seed because all the endosperm is absorbed by the developing embryo. I think you would have understood about albuminous as well as non-albuminous seed related to the plant. Next one is related to the structure of dicotyledonous seed. So, seeds, it is of two types, monocot seed and dicot seed. So, first we are going to study about the structure of a dicot seed. In the case of a dicot seed, the parts are seed coat, plumule, hypocotyle, hilum, micropyle, cotyledon, isn't it? These are the parts. You can see seed coat, plumule, hypocotyle, hilum, micropyle and the cotyledon. These are the parts of a dicot seed. What is a seed coat? It is a protective covering. What is plumule? Embryo shoot which is present there, which will be producing a shoot. The embryo shoot. Embryo shoot means from the embryo a shoot is produced there and that is plumule. Next one is hypocotyle, radical axis. Radical axis means from this radical is produced there. That is why it is called hypocotyle. Radical means root system. Hilum marks the point at which the ovule was attached to the ovary. Hilum is a point where the ovule was attached to the ovary. It is called hilum. Micropyle, it is visible pore adjacent to the hilum. Near to the hilum there is a small pore, that is called micropyle. Cotyledon, food storage organs. This is cotyledon and this cotyledon is a protective layer and it is storing the food. That also functions as the first leaf of the seedling plant. Okay, cotyledon is also functioning as the first leaves of the seedling plant. So, that is related to the structure of dicot seed. My dear children, it is important, you have to study. Next one is the structure of monocotyledonous seed, or we can say structure of monocot seed. This is very important. This used to come in the question paper. In monocot seed, the seeds are endospermic, but some of the orchids are non-endospermic. In the seeds of cereals such as maize, the seed coat is membranous and generally fused with the fruit wall. The endosperm is bulky and stores food. The outer covering of the endosperm separates the embryo by a proteinaceous layer called alluron layer. This alluron layer is very important. Alluron layer is a proteinaceous layer which is separating the endosperm from the embryo. Embryo and endosperm is being separated by a proteinaceous layer and that is called alluron layer. In this structure or figure you can see there, endosperm is this part, this is scutellum, this is coleoptile, plumule, radicle, coleorhiza. This part is very important and this structure is also very important, my dear children. In this case, scutellum you can see here, coleoptile. Coleoptile is a part from where the shoot system arises and you can see radicle, and this coleoptile is a protective layer for the plumule, and radicle is present here, it is being produced here at the base, and this radicle is protected by coleorhiza. Coleorhiza is a part of radicle. So, these are the parts of monocot seed, which is again very important. You can see here alluron layer, isn't it? This alluron layer is separating the embryo, the endosperm from the embryo. This is the embryo. This embryo is being separated from the endosperm with the help of a proteinaceous layer, which is called alluron layer. Okay, the outer part is the seed coat, or we can say it as a fruit wall. So, this is the structure of monocot seed, which is very important, my dear children. You have to study it because it used to come in the question paper. Next one is related to the semi-technical description of a typical flowering plants. For a typical flowering plant, there is a semi-technical description. In the case of the morphological characters, we know that in the plant there are morphological characters and they are habit, vegetative characters such as roots, stem and leaves. Floral characters are there such as inflorescence and floral parts or flower parts, and the fourth one is the floral formula and fifth one is the floral diagram. So, with the help of this semi-technical description, we are going to describe a family of a plant. So, we can see about certain families related to its habitat, vegetative character, floral character, its floral formula, and with the help of floral formula, how the floral diagram can be made. Before that, we can move on to the floral formula. And what is floral formula? It is the representation of a floral parts with their appropriate symbols. Floral formula is nothing but a representation of the floral parts of a flower, and these floral parts will be having an appropriate symbols. Here, fusion is indicated by enclosing the figure within bracket and addition by a line drawn above the symbol of a floral part. Example, corolla and androecium, if they are having addition, surely a line is drawn over the corolla and androecium together, so that addition can be indicated in that form, isn't it? And fusion is indicated by enclosing the figure, that is bracket is being shown there. Now, we can see which are the appropriate symbols for each part seen in the flower. BR stands for bractate, K stands for calyx, C stands for corolla, P stands for perianth. Perianth means, my dear children, it is also known as tepals, and tepals are the parts where the sepal as well as corolla will not be differentiated. In certain flowers, the sepal as well as the petal is not differentiated, they are fused together. So, in those flower, we will be giving the technical term or the symbol as perianth. A for androecium, G for gynoecium. If the gynoecium is superior, already we have studied what is superior ovary, what is inferior ovary, what is half superior, half inferior ovary, isn't it? So, on the basis of superior, inferior ovary, we can say that if below to G, if line is there, it is called superior ovary. If the line is above G, it is said to be inferior ovary. Now, this symbol is for male, this symbol is for female, and we know that for bisexual the symbol is this one, this bisexual the symbol is this one. Now, actinomorphic, zygomorphic. If the flower, that also we have understood by seeing the symmetry of the flower. If the flower is being divided into equal half, it is called actinomorphic. If the flower is not able to divide into equal half, we can say it as zygomorphic. That also we have understood in our previous class. So, for actinomorphic, it is plus sign inside a circle, and for a zygomorphic, it is a percentage sign. So, I think you would have understood, my dear children. Now, next one is enclosing figure within the bracket is fusion, and line drawn over the symbol of a floral part is adhesion, that already we have discussed on the top part. So, I think, my dear children, you have understood about the symbols related to the parts seen in the flower of a plant. So, these symbols are very important for making a floral formula, as well as with the help of this symbol, when floral formula is made, with the help of floral formula, floral diagram is drawn. So, we can see related to the description of important families. In your chapter, you have to study about 4 families. One is Brassicaceae, already it is there in your textbook. the floral diagram as well as floral formula is there, which is very, very important. You have to go through it. Number 2 family is Fabaceae family. Number 3 family is Solanaceae family, and number 4 is Liliaceae family. Okay. So, these are the families which you have to study in your from your textbook. So, number 1 already I told you Brassicaceae is there, which you have to study from your textbook. The figure as well as that is floral diagram as well as floral formula is given there, which is very, very important related to Brassicaceae family. Brassicaceae is related to Brassica, which is a mustard family. You may be knowing about mustard, isn't it? Kadagu. So, the Brassica or the mustard is the one of the plant we can see in the case of Brassicaceae family. Now, number 2 is Fabaceae. We can see related to the family Fabaceae, vegetative character as well as floral character. In the case of vegetative characters, it may be trees, shrubs, herbs. It can be tree or shrub or herb, and root is having a root nodules. Already we know that what is root nodules, isn't it? This is a pulse family. For example, pea. In pea plant we can see root nodules. Now, the stem of this plant may be erect or a climber. The leaf may be alternate, pinnately compound or simple. Leaf base is present there. It may be pulvinate, it may be stipulate, and the venation is reticulate. That is related to the vegetative character. This vegetative character is not included in the floral diagram as well as floral formula. Vegetative character is not included in the floral diagram or in the floral formula. In the floral diagram as well as floral formula, flower, calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium is only included. Understood, my dear children? Based on the flower, the calyx, the corolla, androecium and gynoecium, we are going to make the floral formula, and based on the floral formula, the floral diagram is prepared or made. Now, floral characters related to Fabaceae family. Inflorescence, it is racemose type, we can see in the case of Fabaceae family, and the flower, it is bisexual, but it is zygomorphic. So, bisexual, you can see here the figure, the symbol of the Fabaceae family. I told you bisexual and zygomorphic, isn't it? This is bisexual and this is zygomorphic symbol. You can see in the case of the preparation of floral formula related to Fabaceae family. Now, related to calyx, the symbol is K, and it has been said that sepals 5. So, sepals are 5. Gamosepalous, already we know that what is gamosepalous, that is the sepals are united, they are fused. So, a bracket is given there, isn't it? And imbricate aestivation we cannot show in the case of calyx, the imbricate aestivation. So, only we can show sepals are 5 we have shown, and gamosepalous it is united. Okay. Now, in the case of corolla, petals are 5. Corolla, the symbol is C, and it has been said that petals are 5. Polypetalous means they are free from each other. Papilionaceous means it is a peculiarity of a Fabaceae family, or we can say Papilionaceae family. Papilionaceae family, or it is called as Fabaceae family, and the peculiarity of that family is that its corolla is somewhat different. That's why it is called papilionaceous. Consisting of a posterior standard, 2 lateral wings, 2 anterior ones forming a keel, that is enclosing stamens and pistils. So, that is related to papilionaceae. So, here one standard petal is there, 2 wing petal is there, 2 keel petal is there, which is in the boat shape. Already we have studied about it, my dear children, in the previous class. 1 standard petal, 2 wing petal and 2 keel petal, which is in the form of a boat shape, and we have seen that they are joined together. So, they are united. Okay. Now, Androecium, it is 10 in number. Diadelphous, Antherdipticus. Androecium 10 in number, 9 plus 1 10. It has been said as diadelphous. Already we have studied this term diadelphous, that is 2 bundles are there. In one only single, one stamen will be there which will be free, and the other 9 will be together, that is why it is united. So 9 plus 1 is the number we can give to Androecium, that is 10, and it is diadelphous. Diadelphous is written like this. Okay, my dear children. Then Gynoecium, ovary superior, you can see here Gynoecium superior, bottom mark is there. Monocarpellary means only one carpel is present there. Unilocular with many ovule, this cannot be shown here in the formula. So this is the floral formula related to Fabaceae family. And the fruit present here in this family may be legume. The seed is one or two, many, non-endospermic. My dear children, I think you would have understood about the floral, how to make a floral formula, and based on this floral formula we have to prepare the floral diagram. So that is related to Fabaceae family. You can see Fabaceae family inflorescence, isn't it? You can see the inflorescence. What inflorescence has been said here? Racemose, isn't it? So racemose type of inflorescence we can see, and the root nodules you can see here, the roots, root nodules. Okay, this is the floral diagram based on the floral formula. Okay, this is the floral formula. So floral diagram how can be prepared? You can see here, it has been said that sepals 5, gamosepalous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 sepals, and gamo means they are united. You can see how it is being shown. They are united. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is how we used to draw the sepal. This is one way of drawing the sepal, and each sepal is connected with each other, that is gamosepalous, and gamosepalous is being shown in this manner. Okay, my dear children. And next it is been said that corolla petals 5, polypetalous, isn't it? Polypetalous, you can see. This is petal 5, one standard petal is there, 2 wing petal is there, 2 keel petals are there which is united, and they are separated from each other. They are not joined. They are separated from each other. See, no joining is there. They are alone. One petal is here, other petal is here. Only these 2 petals are joined together. Other 3 petals they are alone. This is the important part in the case of Fabaceae family. I told you this is the peculiarity of Fabaceae family, where we can see standard petal 1, 2 wing petal, 2 keel petal which is being united together in the form of a boat shape. And next part we have seen in the case of Androecium, 10 diadelphous. You can see here 10. In that 9 plus 1, isn't it? Diadelphous means 9 plus 1. In 9 of them are united together and 1 is separate. So here 1 is separate, the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These 9 are together, they are united. So diadelphous condition we can see here in the case of Androecium. And related to Gynoecium, ovary superior, monolocular we can show there, isn't it? Monolocular, that means you can see only single ovary chamber is there, in which you can see one ovule is present there. So monolocular is the position of the Gynoecium. So this is how we can show. This is the mother axis, and in this zygomorphic condition we can see there. From this we can see, or we can find out the type of flower of family Fabaceae. So that is related to family Fabaceae. And next one you can see here in your textbook, these figures are given there which you have to go through. This is the flower twig of Fabaceae. This is the flower which consists of sepal, Androecium, petals and Gynoecium. And you can see here in the case of Androecium, diadelphous condition, single stamen, and the remaining 9 of them are joined together. In the case of Gynoecium, ovary, stigma and style is present there. And this part is very important, which I told you. standard petal is there, 2 wing petal is there and 2 keel petals are there in the case of Fabaceae family, and we have seen the floral diagram related to Fabaceae family. And the next part related to Fabaceae family is economic importance. Pulse yielding plants are present there in the Fabaceae family. Pisum sativum, which is known as sweet pea, Cajanus Cajun, red gram or dal, Phaseolus lublub, it is beans. So, these are the pulse yielding plants we can see in the case of Fabaceae family. Edible oil yielding plants are also present there. Glycine max, soybean. Arachis hypogea is the groundnut, isn't it? These are the 2 edible oil yielding plants we can see in the case of Fabaceae family. Next one is timber yielding plants are also we can see in the Fabaceae family. Number 1 is Dalbergia latifolia, which is also known as Indian rosewood, and Pterocarpus marsupium. Pterocarpus marsupium is another timber yielding plant which is also called as known as red sandalwood. Okay, my dear children. And next one is fiber yielding plant which is also seen in this family. This is important. Crotalaria gentiana. The extract from the stem are known as sun hemp. It is used for making ropes, mats, bags, net, etc. So, Crotalaria gentiana is the fiber yielding plant in the case of Fabaceae family, and from this plant the extract is taken which is known as sun hemp, and from this sun hemp rope, mats, bags, nets, etc. are being prepared. Next one is medicinal plants are also seen in this family. Muleti, which is also known as Yasti Madhu in Sanskrit, a medicinal plant used to treat joint pain, ulcer, etc. And dye yielding plants are also present there. It is very important. Indigofera tinctoria. Indigofera tinctoria. Blue dye called neem is obtained from the leaf of Indigofera species. So, this is related to Fabaceae family economic important plants. This again important, my dear children, you have to study it. So, that is related to Fabaceae. Next family is Solanaceae. Here also the vegetative characters are there. The plant may be mostly herbs, shrubs or rarely small trees. Stems, it is herbaceous, rarely woody, aerial, erect, cylindrical, branched or solid or hollow, hairy or glabrous. Underground stem in potato. Potato is one of the member of Solanaceae family. Leaves, they may be alternate, simple, rarely pinnately compound, exstipulate, venation seen in the leaf is reticulate. So, that is related to vegetative character of Solanaceae family. You have to just understand about the vegetative character, my dear children. The important part which you have to learn is the floral character, in which you have to learn about flower, calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. As I told you, based on this you have to prepare the floral formula, and based on floral formula you have to prepare the floral diagram. So, inflorescence is solitary, axillary or cymose, isn't it? And the flower is bisexual, actinomorphic. So, flower bisexual and actinomorphic. Calyx, sepals 5, you can see calyx, sepals 5, it is united or gamosepalous. Valvate aestivation can be shown in the floral diagram. The aestivation which is being given here related to calyx can be shown in the diagram, floral diagram. Now, corolla, petals 5, corolla, petals 5, again they are united, and again here it is valvate aestivation. Next, androecium, stamens 5, you can see androecium, stamens 5, it is epipetalous. This part is again important. Epipetalous means corolla and androecium, they are joined. So, that is why this is being shown, this curve or the line we can make here, that is the symbol related to the corolla and androecium, they are adhesion, isn't it? Adhesion part is being shown like this. So, here it is epipetalous. Next one, gynoecium, it is bicarpillary, syncarpous, ovary superior. So, gynoecium, ovary superior, bicarpellary means carpels are 2, syncarpous means they are united, syncarpous means united. And again bilocular, placenta swollen with many ovules, it cannot be shown here in the floral figure, floral formula. Next, fruit, berry or capsule, seeds based on Solanaceae family, it may be many, and endospermous. So, that is related to the vegetative as well as floral characters related to Solanaceae family. Among this, I told you, my dear children, you have to study flower, calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium, because based on this thing, floral formula you have to prepare, and based on the floral formula you have to prepare the floral diagram. So, you can see here the floral structure and floral diagram of a typical plant, Solanum nigrum, isn't it? Here the flower tig is seen here, and this is the flower, and this when a LS of the flower, that is longitudinal section of the flower, is taken, you can see anther, filament, petal, sepal is seen here, stigma, style and ovary is also present there. And in the case of epipetalous stamen, we have said, you can see the stamen is connected or they are joined with the corolla, the petal, isn't it? Next, when the TS ovary is taken, ovary wall is there, ovules are there, placenta is present there, isn't it? And these are the locule, bicarpellary, 2 locules are present there. And this is the floral diagram related to the Solanaceae family. In the floral diagram, valvate aestivation has been said there. So, this is valvate aestivation, it is united has been said there. So, it is united. In the case of that, then you can see here that is petals or corolla. This is androecium, and this one is gynoecium with 2 chambers, and this is the ovule. So, this is how we have to prepare the floral diagram based on floral formula. You can see family Solanaceae again. I think you would have seen this flower, it is a flower of a chili, isn't it, chili plant. So, based on that thing you can see here actinomorphic, bisexual, calyx 5 united, corolla 5 united, androecium 5 which is being epipetalous, gynoecium superior, it is 2 and syncarpous, and this is the floral diagram. Valvate aestivation, you can see valvate aestivation, and here it is I think it is imbricate, isn't it? Calyx, corolla, corolla is valvate aestivation, and again calyx is also valvate aestivation. So, here one is outside, completely one petal is outside, completely one petal is inside, and the other 3 petal, one inside, one outside, one inside, one outside, like this it is going on. Okay. So, that is related to the aestivation of corolla, and then this corolla is being joined or united with the androecium, that is why it is epipetalous. You can see here epipetalous condition, it is 5, and 2 locules or 2 chambers are there in the gynoecium, that is why 2 chambers we have to make there, and this is related to the gynoecium. So, that is about the family Solanaceae. And the economic importance of family Solanaceae, it has been said that it consists of edible plants, Solanum tuberosum, potato, Lycopersicum esculentum, tomato, spice plants are also present there, Capsicum annum, chili, medicinal plants are also seen there, Atropa belladonna, it is very, very important. From Atropa belladonna plant, atropine is extracted from the root, and it is used in the preparation of plasters. Plasters means if the hand or the leg is broken, the plasters are being put there on the hand and the leg, and that plaster is being prepared from the atropine, and this atropine is extracted from Atropa belladonna, which is a plant of Solanaceae family. Next one is Withania somnifera, ashwagandha. Leaves are used in fever as well as skin diseases, very, very important. The next one is fumigatory plants. Fumigatory plants, for example, tobacco is one of the fumigatory plant, Nicotiana tabacum. This tobacco plant is the member of Solanaceae family. Okay, my dear children, I think you would have understood about Solanaceae family. Again and again I am telling, just concentrate on the floral formula as well as floral diagram of the family, which is very, very important. And in the economic importance, you have to go through the plants related to different area. Next one is the Liliaceae family. In the case of Liliaceae family, the vegetative character, it has been said that it is perennial herbs with stem, underground, bulb, comb or rhizome. The stem will be underground, it will be in the form of a bulb, or it will be in the form of a comb, or it will be in the form of a rhizome. Leaves mostly basal, alternate, linear, exstipulate with parallel venation. The venation of the leaf is parallel. Okay, example, banana is one of the parallel venation, isn't it? Now, floral character, you can see inflorescence solitary or cymose, often umbellate clusters, flower bisexual or actinomorphic. Now, we are coming to the floral formula, bisexual, actinomorphic. So, it is bisexual, actinomorphic. Okay, this is bract is present there, that is why it is given as BR. Okay. Now, perianth is present in the case of Liliaceae family, and what is perianth? Perianth is stipple, because calyx and corolla, they are not differentiated in this flower. Calyx and corolla, they are united together, so there we cannot differentiate which is calyx and which is corolla. That is why it is called as perianth. And here tepal, perianth is also known as tepal, and it is 6 in number. It is it is arranged as 3 plus 3. Perianth 3 plus 3, and it is united. Often united into a tube, valvate aestivation, which can be shown in the floral diagram. Androecium, it is stamen is 6, again 3 plus 3, isn't it? Androecium, it is 3 plus 3, but here it is shown perianth is, or androecium is connected to the perianth. Okay. Gynoecium, tricarpellary, 3 carpels are there. Syncarpus, that is, it is united. Ovary superior, gynoecium, ovary superior. Trilocular with many ovules that we can show in the floral diagram. Axile placentation. The fruits which are formed in the Liliaceae family is capsule, rarely berry, and the seeds, they are endospermous. So, that is related to the vegetative as well as floral characters of Liliaceae family. You can see the figure. This figure is shown in your textbook also. Here you can see onion is one of the, onion, garlic is one of the example of Liliaceae family, isn't it? And you can see the flower, the LS of the flower you can see here, and this is the floral diagram. Okay. So, you can see here again LS of the flower, anther, stigma, style, ovary and pedicel is shown there. In the case of gynoecium, stigma, style and ovary is present there. You can see when the gynoecium, that is CS of ovary, is being done there, locule, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, trilocular or tricarpellary. Ovule you can see here, and this is the carpels 1, 2 and this is 3. And this is the floral formula. Okay. And this is the floral diagram. In your textbook, what floral formula and what floral diagram is given there, that you have to study, my dear children. That is very, very important. Here you can see the floral diagram. This is the perianth 1, 2 and 3. 3 outside and 1, 2, 3 inside. So, 3 outside and 3 inside. This is the way how you have to draw the perianth in the case of Liliaceae family. And the perianth, the androecium you can see here, isn't it? These androecium, they are connected to the perianth. That's why like this it is being shown. Okay. And it is having a bract. That's why this bract is given there. If bract is not there, it is E-bractate. If bract is not there, it is E-bractate. If bract is there, it is bractate. So, I think you would have understood about bract and E-bractate. And gynoecium is 1, 2, 3 carpellary, isn't it? Trilocular, and you can see the ovules present there. So, that is related to the Liliaceae family. And economic importance based on Liliaceae family, you can see Allium cepa, which is also known as onion. The bulb is used as vegetable. Allium sativum, which is known as garlic. The bulb is edible and has a medicinal value. Aloe vera, we already know about aloe vera, medicated plant, and it is used there for many purposes. Then next one is, this one is important, Colchicum autumnale. Corm of this plant yield mutagen called colchicine, used to induce polyploidy in plants. Chromosome, doubling of chromosome is polyploidy, and this doubling of chromosome can be done in the plant by using colchicine, which is a mutagen. We already studied in 10th standard related to mutation, and mutation is being done with the help of certain chemical agents which are called mutagen, and this is one of the chemical agent mutagen which is being achieved or obtained from Colchicum autumnale cone, isn't it? Now, and the fifth one is Yucca filamentosa. Yucca filamentosa, it produces fibers. Yucca filamentosa, it produces fibers. That is related to the economic importance of this plant. My dear children, with this your third chapter is completed, and I think you will be able to understand this chapter very nicely. You will be able to understand the concept of this chapter very nicely if you will be going through the chapter with interest, and you will be going through the chapter 2 or 3 times. It is very important chapter, and it is a very easy chapter also if you are showing interest in this chapter. My dear children, if you are having any doubt related to this session or this chapter, you can give me a call and clarify your doubt. Please don't postpone your work related to the chapters. You have to move according to the chapter. Be always on the track and always be happy and be positive. Okay, dear children, with this I wind up the session, and in the next session we will be meeting again. Thank you. Take care.